Jeffrey Dahmer soaked in blood. The Unabomber blowing up. Waco, Texas and Heaven's Gates. Alien modified men from apes. Hitler faked his death and then escaped. Bigfoot and the Mothman. Son of Sam talking to dogs again. Witches, ghosts and goblins. Mysterious noise and hauntings. Dark arts and the skull and bones. Most celebrities are probably cloned. So when you're feeling all alone, grab a beer and get stoned. I welcome you to the podcast Strange Brew. We're here to entertain you. We're here to entertain you.
It's about to get strange.
What is it called when a chicken sees lettuce?
I don't know.
Chicken sees a salad.
Sees salad? Chicken sees a salad? That's pretty funny. Welcome. What's going on, all you hose heads out there?
How are you guys doing today? You never tell me how you're doing.
Yeah, tell us how you're doing.
Tell me how you're doing today.
This will come out far later than when we actually got dismantled, I would say. But the Hose Heads page on Facebook did get Zuckerberg, got zucked hard. So we did create a new one.
To be fair, we had like 50 warnings.
I know we did. It's just like, but it's like
to give Facebook
admin.
a little bit of the benefit.
I know. Well, no, I think that literally they like disabled it because of shit we posted like months and months ago.
It was there would be, and that's okay. So that's the thing, and I truly believe somebody in there is reporting, and it's not just people scamming, because I am part of a lot of Facebook groups that post fucked up shit, and they've been like around for 7 years, and like they're very popular, but nobody reports.
I'm gonna watch somebody's
fucking reporting our shit.
Somebody doesn't like my vaccine stance, and also I did twice say like fuck the fact checkers, they're wrong. They're actually paid by vaccine companies, which is true if you look into it, which is fucked up. That the fact checkers get paid through Facebook, but through corporations that pay Facebook to have them. And I did say like fuck you and your censorship and stuff. So like that probably didn't help. Mark Zuckerberg's probably thinking, who's that fucking kid?
I'm sure we didn't even go on his radar.
Yeah, I know we did get on a new Hose Heads page. So just look up literally fucking Hose Heads even on Facebook. You'll find us. Yeah, but we're gonna keep it going. So today's topic, or whenever you're listening to this is going to be a fun one. We haven't dived into aliens for a bit, and
it's been a minute.
Before we get into some dark shit with some serial killers coming up, we're gonna get into some aliens again. That is so loud.
That is really loud. Oh my god.
So we're gonna talk about the alien encounter, but it's called the Kelly-Hopkinsville incident or encounter.
Oh, did you hear what I know they said this when COVID first started, that the government released those. We don't know what these identifying flying objects are.
Now in
what the
June
UFOs
or whatever they're doing it.
No, well, I don't know if they're doing anything. I just heard, I think it was like last week, there was like another press conference of saying that like, yeah, just more confirmed, because before it was just a news article, and now it was just them saying like straight up like a conference statement going, we have no idea what this is, and it disappears very quickly. Well,
and there's a lot of weird footage coming out, and like I'm liking my TikTok feed, follow Stranger Podcast TikTok, but my shit's all like anti-government, anti-vax, anti-fucking, not even anti-vax, because not what these people are. They're anti this one that is a gene therapy bullshit, right? So I'm not gonna get into that again. But there is a lot of weird UFO footage that's coming out, and like now supposedly because of under Trump's administration, he was trying to release all those documents and stuff they have about UFOs, and now it's like AUFs or something like that. Juan explained how they're changing the terminology now
to make it seem more real, because they pretty much called everybody hooligans and crackpots and stuff.
Quackpots.
I said crackpot.
Quack. That could be a fucking dad joke. So let's just get into it. In 1955, two families in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Of course it's Kentucky. Just wait till you hear these motherfuckers' names, man.
What do you mean, of course it's Kentucky? We haven't done much in Kentucky.
I know, but if anyone knows about Kentucky, they like their fried chicken.
Fucking state has something like that.
I know.
Did Kentucky Fried Chicken actually come from Kentucky, though?
I think it's Louisiana or something like that, which is weird.
No, it's Popeyes.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, Popeyes is. I guess so. When the
Kentucky Fried Chicken
when he stole this recipe
Kentucky,
from a black woman, so probably the black woman lived in Kentucky, and the Colonel was probably
maybe Boston pizza didn't start in Boston.
Like here, I'll give you $5 for your recipe. And she's like, "Oh, thank you, sir."
Well, back then, that's here. I'll give you $1,000 for your recipe.
I know. And then he fucking stole it, put his face on it. Be like, "Yeah, this white guy loves fried chicken."
How was nobody fucking canceled
I know.
the Colonel
yeah,
yet? Like, if anybody even started that, I'd be like, yeah, that's fair.
I know.
Fair enough.
Our Wendy's sexy ass, man. I used to stand in front of the fucking Wendy's and jerk off. I'm just joking.
Or even the old Starbucks
You're into
logo.
redheads. Well, the Starbucks logo is literally an Illuminati symbol.
Well, it used to have boobies in it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But it is.
That's all I was saying. They
I
had
have
to
to
change the
look it up
boobies.
again. But the Starbucks logo is an Illuminati symbol because the way it's formed and the way it's like the bearer of light and stuff like that, like Lucifer. But so this crazy thing happened. 1955. 2 families in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, survived one of the craziest alien encounters ever recorded. Not only did they see a flying saucer, but they engaged in a gunfight with a group of mysterious creatures and survived multiple attacks on their home.
Is it like what year, sir? Is this like a musket fight or an automatic fight? I just to paint the picture.
1955.
Okay, it's a musket fight.
Yeah, musket.
Or not a musket.
It's like someone's gonna yell at you again.
Not a musket, but not a. Well, they didn't have like fucking like the crazy submachine guns by 55, did they?
Oh yeah,
Did they?
yeah. Because after World War II, they're like in World War II they had crazy guns.
I
and
guess
they're like,
that's where it.
Yeah.
But they're.
Yeah.
I guess
yeah.
it did. Why do I feel like it was newer than that?
Well, in Kentucky, all they have is shotguns made out of PCP.
No, they still had the
PCP.
fucking. I was gonna say like moonshine bottles, and they put a bunch of pop rocks in it. The thing just flies and smashes off your face.
So the story of the Kelly-Hopkinsville visitation is one of the most interesting tales of an extraterrestrial meeting. It fits into the interesting narrative of many cryptids and UFO sightings that plague the eastern seaboard in the mid-20th century. And the thing about this is 1955.
Okay.
This is just after like Roswell, and everyone's like, "I'm seeing flying saucers." So at the time of the attack, the Kelly-Hopkinsville encounter turned the nation on its head. The visitation happened in the middle of UFO fever when everyone was seeing flying saucers.
Out of just curiosity, because you know how plates used to be called saucers, people call it plate saucers. Mm-hmm. I wonder if this started now, they'd be called flying plates.
Well, that's because the how the narrative went is because it looked like 2 plates close together.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I know, but I'm just saying, would people say I saw a bunch of flying plates again instead of
I'm also
saucers?
drinking Gibson's Finest. I know nobody cares, but I always
Nobody cares.
So there was something different about this case. Not only did the people involved see a spacecraft, but they came face to face with alien creatures who were piloting it.
No, they didn't. They're lying for clout.
Who knows? They could be drunk on moonshine, but we'll get into all that.
They definitely are.
As night fell on Kelly in Hopkinsville, an unincorporated area outside of Hopkinsville, Kentucky,
Yeah.
on August 21st, 1955, Billy Ray Taylor.
Oh, I was gonna say, come on, Cyrus. Come on, Cyrus.
Billy Ray Taylor was taking a trip to the family well.
I like that. I like that a lot.
He was staying in Glennie Langford's farmhouse. Glennie Langford sounds like someone from Kentucky.
I can see that guy being a giant. Glennie Langford's like
Glennie.
7'6".
Isn't that
skinny as fuck?
What's that movie? Isn't there a movie about like a
He's Yao Ming.
yeah, he's Yao Ming. In fact, what's that fucking what movie with Leonardo DiCaprio? I've never seen it. Oh, Grapes, half-eaten tomatoes.
I don't know what you're.
What is that fucking fried green tomatoes? I think it's called
Fried
and there's
green
a guy,
tomatoes?
There's a guy named Lenny in it, and he like fucking choked the cat to
Yeah.
death or something. I've never actually seen the film.
Oh, that was from fucking
Family Guy.
Yeah, Family Guy
But
did a
it
skit on
also
that, yeah.
was in the movie.
Okay,
that
so
he
that's
didn't
why I know
understand.
that one.
He just like loved the bird or whatever it was,
He
the
just
cat.
snapped his
just
fucking
killed
neck.
it. Yeah, and he was staying in the farm of Glennie Langford's farmhouse with the Sutton family and others, some which, like Billy Ray, had recently left the carnival life.
Can we just start referring to him as Mr. Cyrus for now? Just for the rest of this, just call him Mr. Cyrus.
Or you want to just call him Billy?
No, because then I don't want.
His name is not Mr. Cyrus.
I don't want to be
His
that
name is
guy.
Mr. Taylor.
I don't want to be that guy though. But call him Mr.
So
Cyrus.
this motherfucker was a carny, and so was a lot of these other people that obviously he hung around with. I love that carny life. I get to sit there and I press buttons on a machine and they go, woo!
And I can be as drunk as I want.
Literally. In the 1950s, I'm sure they were fucking like wasted and just like, do you want to live faster?
Oh, they're probably better than they are now. Fuck, now they're all cracked out.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. I remember.
But he's like zoned out on heroin while the kid's fucking puking on the
I know.
the teacups.
I remember this guy when we went to the fair, and I remember this guy called when we were like 12 or something, and he called us over and he's like, "Oh, if you go to Tim Hortons, grab me a coffee, I'll throw you some fucking money." And then we're like, "All right." So he gave us like $5 and then tells us to go to Tim Hortons. We go there and we walk far from where it's at because Billy knows where it's at in the Paris Fairgrounds. Walk all the way down to Tim Hortons.
That's like a 40-minute walk.
It's like a half an hour. And then we got his coffee, brought it back. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, just keep the change." And I was like, "What the fuck? You gave us like $3, man, to walk all the way
for an hour."
Yeah, like what the fuck, people, man.
I would have just took his fucking $5.
What do you think of
carnies?
Do you like carnies?
They're still people.
Yeah, it's true.
And like the lifestyle kind of seemed fun for a little bit. Like looking at it, just like all you got to do is really, it's just kind of just going around. Your bed's obviously put up. You're still making wage.
I'm sure they get hookers and stuff.
Yeah,
like, or fuck the other carny women. I don't know. I don't know how
probably.
many.
You're all stuck together. Yeah, not that many. So actually, nowadays it's 2021. Tom.
So as Billy drew his water from the well, something bright shined across the sky. He's looking up. He's like, "What the fuck is that shit?"
I don't like that shit.
Billy Ray
looks fucked.
believed that he saw a spaceship zip through the clouds and land behind a patch of trees. However, when he told everyone inside, the round metallic object with rainbow-colored streaks trailed behind it, no one believed him.
It was a gay pride alien. That's awesome.
Well, we've talked about this before, but that
aliens started the gay pride movement. Is that what you're gonna say?
No, it's that. So if you see UFOs that are pretty much metallic, made out of metal, it's probably made by the military. But if you see ones with color hues, that's how they. And I've said this before, how the real spaceships and the real UFOs, the actual aliens, use like somehow, I don't know. Beast 1333 kind of talks about this in one of his rap songs, but his shit is so complex. And I've looked into this a little bit, but it's been time. But somehow they use these color hues, and it helps fucking move the ship. I'm not a scientist or an alien. I don't know how that shit works, but there's many UFOs, and you see like, and I've said the story before where me and my buddy were out smoking a joint. We start seeing these look like stars that were like blue, red, green, yellow, and it was like flickering all these random colors instantly. And we thought, and they were moving up and down and shit. And
yeah,
who knows?
It's called the casino lights.
Who knows? Apparently, Billy Ray was known for telling tall tales. So
yeah, he's a little fucking liar.
He was just trying to get a rise out of them. He's like coming in the house, like, "Oh my god, I saw a fucking alien spaceship," and they're like, Billy Ray, all right, I see the moonshine, and I see it's a little low.
I remember last time we all came running to you because you said that fox ate that little girl, and we all got put up in a net, and y'all robbed our houses while we were stuck in the nets.
Literally. He's dressing up like a fox.
We ain't fucking coming around you anymore.
So no one believed him when they told him that he saw the spaceship flying overhead. But he was he was convincing enough that his friend Lucky went back to the well with him to check it out. His name was Lucky.
It was lucky that he had him. It's lucky that you got a friend named that.
Yeah, Billy Ray and Lucky. Are you fucking serious? So there was nothing at the well. But
was Lucky his birth, you think?
What?
You think that was his birth name?
Yeah, no, maybe. Yeah, down in fucking Kentucky. It's just like...
yeah, I don't know. That's my boss's dog's name, for fuck's sake.
He was born with 13 fingers. We call him Lucky. Because it's the reverse of
Or just 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. A 4-leaf.
He was born with just one thumb, and he just knows how to give thumbs up.
Well, he's got both thumbs and like both middle fingers, and that's it.
Fuck. Or maybe they called him Lucky because he had a huge cock. You never know.
He came born with that fucking that footer, and that's at birth. God knows what that grows into.
Fucking doctors have slapping him, and his ass slaps his dick on the table. Look at this, nurse.
It was like, well, the baby weighs 6 pounds or 6 ounces.
what the dick weighs.
And the dick's like 44 pounds. I don't know how you put that out of you.
I don't know if I saw this on TikTok or something, but there's like babies that are born with deformities. Like I know there's like little girls that are born with like the old big boobies and stuff. Like
what?
That they're somehow their estrogen or something pumps in, so they'll have like tits of like 8, and they're supposedly.
Oh no, you said born.
No, but no, I guess not born, but they develop these so quickly somehow.
That's fine. Yeah.
There's like kids that supposedly have like huge dongs and shit, but it's technically a deformity. Which I don't know if you would look at that as a deformity when you're older. No,
I'd be like, this is a fucking... Oh, but maybe your...
Girls don't like that shit. They feel like they're going to die.
No, you know what would happen? No, they enjoy it. Personal experience.
Okay.
Well, sometimes it hurts, but...
it hurts you.
It does. It hurts me
foreskin.
too. It does sometimes. But if you had that big and it was a deformity, your blood might not be able to rush to actually give you a boner. Yeah. You might just have it like a permanent flaccid dick.
Well, when we get into... when one day, if we talk about John Holmes, when he started doing too much coke, he was known for having the big porn. He was a king of porn, right?
Yeah.
And he, I think he
That's
could get
still
it hard
talking
at the beginning,
about things.
and then and then fucking he did so much coke that it was like the last little years of his life, he was just like fucking half hard, just like girls, just like some porn star said it was like. What'd she say?
It's like putting the wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man in you.
Yeah, I know. That's literally what she said. One of the porn stars, like it was like fucking a wet sock or something. Like
Ew,
that.
can we like make a little meme and like it's like Al Harrington's of wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man's of wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man's Emporium, but like every one of the wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man's is just a dick, and it's got little smiley faces on it.
Yeah. So yeah, there was nothing at the well, and on their way back to the house, the two men saw a glowing figure walking out of the woods, holding its hands over its head. It knew enough to be like, don't shoot. The two men ran back to the house and barricaded the doors. And it seems like if they were smart enough, they might understand this alien is saying peace. If he didn't have a white flag, he's pretty much doing it.
Right,
he's
like, hey, listen.
Hey, I just want to say hello.
Or maybe they caught him in the middle of his yoga session. He was doing just like a big up stretch.
I just think he's literally put his hands up like, I came from Zeta Reticula and I end up in here in Kentucky. Not going to Asian or something.
All aliens are Asian.
I came to Kentucky.
Hashtag cancel Tom.
The initial news report of the case claims that there were 12 creatures surrounding the household that evening. They were little gray men. The Greys always come back to the Greys, and they seemed confused.
Are you sure? What else could they be?
Could be green.
Or what else?
I don't know.
Could have been the R word.
What? Aritad?
No. Nothing.
I don't know what the R word is then.
You know what your R word is.
Rejection?
I like that better than what I was saying. Sure.
I still don't know what you were trying to say.
Reptilians.
Oh yeah, it's true. But the thing is, I feel like the reptilians were like, go down to Kentucky.
Okay, I love how like he can't even just be like, yep, that was that, and then he had to say his. I got you, Terry.
I was already gonna say that anyway because I was like, they seem confused. So the reptilians were like, okay, you're gonna go to Kentucky. Like, what's in Kentucky? And it's like a lot of people that won't be believed after they were abducted.
And very good chicken. Please catch out that fucking the one with the white guy on it. Clearly enslaved the blacks. Yeah.
So they peeked through the window and tried to get through the front door, and even floated up into a tree at one point.
Oh, did they?
Like when they're shooting at them.
Floated or climbed the tree?
Yeah, I know. That's what we'll get into the different scenarios. So the family armed themselves with a 12-gauge shotgun and a 22 caliber rifle as they waited.
That's got to kill the alien.
I know. God damn it, fucking Billy Ray! What are you doing?
Stop shooting it! He's not even here.
Just fucking flying, hitting everybody.
It's like I'm just practicing my aim, boss. Oh damn!
What, you think that sounded racist?
A little bit. A little bit. See, like I was actually just joking, and I was like saying, see, that's how bad it's gotten. Like I was joking. I just clearly made a joke, but in my joke, in my mind, right there, the guy was white.
Yeah.
And like but the second you say that, it instantly painted a picture of a black guy, and now that's racist.
Well, because of where this is too, it kind of reminds me of the show my brother loved, and it has the General Lee. Why can I not think of this? The one that they remade it, and then that Jessica chick was hot in her little short shorts. Daisy Dukes. The Dukes of Hazzard.
I'm literally baffled by you right now.
It reminds me of like Dukes of Hazzard.
I'm like sitting here, you're like General Lee, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. It reminds me of like that era down, like where they love the Confederate flag and stuff because of that. It's probably what happens in Kentucky.
Well, hell, you know what? That flag's to go off track too again for sure because we continue to do that. When we were staying with my girlfriend's grandfather, and you noticed that too. The people
he had a Kentucky.
No.
Confederate flag.
The people across the street were flying like 4 of them.
What?
And then,
in Canada, you have nothing to do with it.
And then one neighbor, well, I guess she came from Texas or something.
Oh my God! Yeah.
And then I guess one of the neighborhood kids balls on him too because I've always wanted to do this, but I lived across the street and I didn't want to deal with them.
Yeah.
Came running up, stole it from him. And then ran off, and then he proceeded to hunt him, the little kid down. And the report says he tackled the 9-year-old to the ground. So yeah, go fuck yourself.
Well,
but anyways, and then he bought new flags, and then he like
put a swastika on it.
No, he fucked it up, and then he hung one up on his pole. He took down the Canadian flag, hung one up on his pole that said,
God.
It's heritage, not hate.
And I'm not going to hate on everyone for doing what they believe in.
But yeah, I'm like, I understand that's your heritage, but like it's...
You lost.
Yeah.
You lost, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, it's not like you should be ashamed. It's like if somebody came around with a swastika right now and was like, I'm German. It's my heritage. And I'm like, I understand that, but do you not recognize like how bad that was?
I wouldn't even hate on someone for even flying the flag, whatever, do what they want. But to bring up that story, it reminds me of when I was like, I don't know, 12 or 13. And me and L Dog, fucking Lawrence Schweer, by like fucking shouting people's names out that don't even listen to this podcast. But we were walking, or maybe it was my buddy Christian. We were walking, and they have all the the signs when they're voting and it's election time. And we were going down everybody's lawn and like hoofing the fucking like signs out of their lawns.
I feel like I did that one.
And then this guy was like saw us do it, and then chased after I think it was 2 or 3 of us in bare feet until we got to this convenience store in Paris, like down the street, like on the main strip.
Yeah.
And then I was chubby fucking kid. I still am, but I lost weight for like 3 years and I was doing ecstasy. But like this guy's chasing me and he fucking grabs me like by the collar and I was like, fuck you, man, fuck you. And then he's like, where'd your little friend go? Because he saw Lawrence kick the sign up, not me. So I was like, he's down that way. I was like, maybe if you're old ass and keep up with it. And he's like, fuck, he was so upset that we did this.
He was so angry.
So funny. So they got all their guns ready. They're ready to go.
Fucking kids alone.
They're ready to go. And this is crazy. So they're waiting. And this is creepy as fuck. When all these aliens started coming up, one of the creatures pressed its face against the screen window. You know how fucking scary that would be?
Why weren't they shooting?
Because they were just waiting and seeing what was going to happen. And then all of a sudden, they're probably sitting there, which this could be a fucking movie. And then this thing just presses his face against the screen window. I would shit myself. And in my head, who knows the intellectual level of these beings? But
maybe it's nothing.
Well, if they don't understand social cues or like they're like a fucking Asperger's guy, whatever.
That's always a movie set too, right? Aliens don't understand the little human.
And it's just like he's like just being like, hello, and like second, it's like I think it's the funniest shit that this thing just like pressed its face and was like, hello, is everyone inside?
Like,
hello?
I'll come back, and then when you're sleeping, he's over your bed and he's like, are you ready to talk? Get the fuck out of here. You're fucking your wife and he's like, that's weird. And you're like, holy shit.
Jesus, that's funny. Just kick him in the face. So, which is crazy. So the screen was destroyed, but the creature simply disappeared.
He fell into the screen. He was like, this isn't a solid. It felt like a solid.
So Billy Ray, Lucky, Cletus, Buck, Huck, Otis, Rufus, Bobby Joe, Billy Joe, and some other men went outside.
Yeah, don't even.
I'm just joking. It was only Billy
oh my
Ray
God,
Lucky.
I thought that was. I was like, don't even make a joke there. I'm like, that couldn't have been better. I'm like, just leave it as that is.
All those names were made up except for Billy Ray and Lucky.
Okay.
So Billy Ray and Lucky, amongst some other men, I just picture all their names down there like Cletus, Buck, Huck, Otis. I'm Buck, and I'm here to fuck. So the
sister comes around the corner.
Yeah, literally.
She's like, you've already gave me 4 kids. How about you go find some other sister somewhere? Your daddy has lots.
I don't want to fuck Betty Joe, man. She's fucking overweight. And it's fuck. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys.
Where they were like supposedly when they went outside, they were nearly ambushed by creatures like waiting for them on the roof. Which is this whole story. Say it's fucking real. We'll be skeptical, but say somehow.
What do you mean they were waiting on the roof? Like they were going to jump off the roof the second.
And it's almost like signs and shit because me and Juan talked about this when we did the crop circles episode. It's just like, I hate Mel Gibson. I think he's like a fucking racist and a bigot and stuff like that. But I don't like any religion, so technically you can call me a bigot. Technically, I guess. But The Signs was a good movie. It was creepy the way they set it up and stuff like that, and how the aliens at the end come and they like have the knife under the door and they look and then they fucking see that it's a creepy movie.
Yeah.
And I picture them like walking outside, and this is like even that Krampus movies like this where they walk outside, they're looking around, they turn around, and then there's fucking motherfuckers on the roof. You know how fucking scary that would be to see these weird shadows of these creatures?
Because you got to like kind of run back in, but now you're in the middle.
Yeah, I know.
And you're like, do I run away or back inside? Because they could just jump down and
I wish I could find this, and I watched this like years and years ago, but there was a video on YouTube. It was like an hour long that was supposed a real abduction that was caught on video footage, and they found the camera. It's probably fucking fake, but I've never seen it in any movie.
Okay.
And it was like people and they're shooting off shotguns, and these people are like, there's creatures chasing them. You see these weird creatures come out. And I can't remember the fucking case. And if someone can put it on the Host Heads page on Facebook or remind me, maybe we'll talk about this. But they had this whole case, and they supposedly people even are skeptical if the footage is real, and there's people that think that it's extremely real because of the way it was placed. But it's this family, and they're like these aliens are like find them. You see one against like the window, just like this case. Which makes me think it's probably made up, but they run out in the footage.
I like the skepticism.
They just look scared as fuck, and the whole video footage of them essentially getting harassed by aliens, and then it just cuts off and stuff, and the dad goes missing, and the mom goes missing, and that's just like the boy and the sister or something like that, and then they're scared as fuck, and they're trying to fend off against these aliens. It might be like literally just a small skit based on this, but people said their emotions on this video is almost like what makes it feel real, if it is real. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, people are good actors, but yeah.
I know. So yeah, they were literally waiting on the roof. Talon clawed alien allegedly swiped at Billy Ray before floating away.
What do you mean? They gave him like a Wolverine scratch across the
almost,
cheek?
But kind of reminds me of the Flatwoods Monster. He had those long fucking fingers that were like knives and shit.
Just like gave him a swipe?
A little swipe like a little kitty.
Why did he give him a swipe? I thought they were coming in peace.
I know. Why would he maybe they think they're going to attack them anyway. So after going back inside, more creatures appeared and more shots were fired. But the bullets didn't affect the creatures. The family said it sounded like bullets hit The family said the sound of bullets hitting the creatures was similar to that of aluminum hitting a sheet of metal. Holy shit, Billy, right? Oh, Jesus, lucky.
I love it. I can hear the moonshine bottles.
After the one-sided gun battle, the family settled down and tried to figure out what to do next.
Yeah, after you've unloaded like 17 clips into one guy, and you're like, well, this isn't working. Get him! Try it again.
Oh shit!
One more time.
They're coming back at us, Billy Ray. It's like so was fucking just firing back at them. So yeah, literally a one-sided gun battle. The family settled down and tried to figure out what to do next. The elderly Glennie Langford came to the conclusion that the small gray creatures with spindly. It says useless legs because I guess they're floating. It's just like you got legs, but you're floating.
You're not doing it. Yeah.
Why are you walking, bro?
Y'all are Jedis.
And human-like hands. Oh, that's even creepier.
Oh, ew.
That's even creepier. They're not even like Greys. Greys have like I've heard Greys have 3 fingers. I've heard Greys.
Well, they
have
still have
5
fingers. Okay, so it's still that 5 fingers on a palm is a human-like hand.
I agree.
No matter how lanky or danky
imagine if
it
all
is,
of them looked like a gray alien, but they had like a human hand that was reaching through the screen. Don't
touch me.
Don't touch me. So in human like they were. So he thought they weren't trying to harm anyone, but she. So it's a woman. Her name is Glennie. I guess it sounds like a woman, but she also didn't want them on her property. And when the group felt the coast was clear, everyone piled in the cars. You got the fuck out of there.
I'm calling the cops. Get off my property.
Literally, they drove to the police station in Hopkinsville.
Well, yeah, I guess you'd have no really where else to go. But actually, even at that note, I probably wouldn't, just because I know I shot at them and it didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And I don't really like. I try to, I guess, see if anyone. I'd go to the cop shop and see if anyone had connections to the military base.
Yeah.
Maybe the drone bombs will work. I don't know. Guns don't.
Well, when the family finally arrived, they were pretty freaked out, and the police didn't know how to handle the situation. It occurred 8 years after the Roswell incident, and everyone was seeing flying saucers. So the cops actually went out to the farmhouse to investigate, but all they found were signs of a gun battle. It's like bullets and fucking shrapnel on the ground and shit, because they were shooting shotguns and stuff, right? So
Yeah. And God knows you missed and hit your house or some shit too.
Well, it's bouncing off of my cartoon bullets, so.
Yeah.
Information travels quickly in rural areas like Hopkinsville, and within an hour, the small farm town was crawling with police and members of local media. From there, the story exploded.
I don't think that'd be a small town like gossip thing. That's just because they went to the cop shop and they radioed the other cops, and now those cops are like, and then there's always an inside guy that calls CNN. You know it.
I know.
And he's like, come here. We're going to do this.
Good story.
It's a good story.
Rather than shy away from the fact that their own town plays a part in a very strange UFO case, the good people of Hopkinsville, Kentucky, Hopkinsville, they kind of leaned into their mysterious past. Mm-hmm. In 2010, the town people hosted a Little Green Men Festival, a 4-day event filled with UFOs, hayrides, and crafts, and they even did live music. But we'll get in a little more into that. But like Hopkinsville, not a town to shy away from the press, dubbed itself Eclipseville. I don't know why that sounds any better. In 2017, to draw tourists hoping to witness the total coming of the eclipse at this time.
Okay,
this is weird. When they asked if
why are they going there? You can see the eclipse from
anywhere. Or the flat earthers is just them putting a thing over the sun. They put like a cardboard piece of paper over the sun. When they asked if this celestial event might bring extraterrestrials to the area, Joni Smithy, vice president and chairperson, because you can't say chairman, of the Little Green...
You can't say chairman anymore?
No. Of the Little Green Men Festival said, as far as aliens returning, you never know. Some people say they're already among us, and others say they don't exist, period. So I don't know. I gotta go fuck my cousin.
I gotta go fuck my cousin. Clear me head. I gotta go clear me head, me boy.
Critics of the encounter note that the details about the creature, from the way they floated to mention the way of their glowing eyes to the talons with the family attack, sounds incredibly familiar to that of the great horned owl.
If everybody can...
Ooh.
Okay, the only other, especially if everybody had the same story.
Yeah.
There's only two, other than it being real, there's only two other
we'll get into that.
Possible reasons why they could have done that. Is one, they were so fucking sick of being boring that they wanted the story, and all of them were on board with lying through their teeth. Or two, they did something super fucked up, ended up killing a guy or something in their house, and then made that the story as to why all the gunshots went off.
Who knows?
But even that, like, that's still kind of a long shot.
Yeah, but
it's like, why say aliens?
The great horned owl, like, these owls are noted for aggressive behavior. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that that's the owl that attacked that biatch. Oh no, she's not a bitch. She's a nice woman. But
she's a nice lady. I like
her. The chick, you ever heard of the staircase murder or whatever? The guy that his wife like went down the stairs, but there were abrasions on her head. There's a whole documentary on Netflix about it. Chelsea watched it, but I already knew about it.
I don't know.
So this guy was blamed for his wife pretty much getting murdered because she fell down the stairs, but there was like cuts in her head and stuff like that. And they found out obviously he was like bisexual, so they actually used that against him.
Oh my God.
And made him be like, well, he was trying to fuck men, so like he's gonna kill his wife, so he can
I got it.
When they dug deeper, it seems like she could have literally opened the door and like one of these owls came in and attacked her. She fell down the stairs and died. and he was even though was really no evidence to prove that he was actually the murderer. It's still sketchy.
I guess there's not
a
much,
lot of people know about this case.
There wouldn't be much evidence to prove somebody pushed someone down the stairs.
And so it is weird, but this has been in the Mothman case. Me and Juan talked about the Mothman, and it's that happened in the Mothman case where people were seeing owls, and then they maybe thought it was the Mothman. There's a lot of weird skepticism because it was kind of weird. Does relate back to a lot of weird cryptid stuff. But the great horned owls are fairly large, and they could even grow up to 2 feet tall. Holy fuck! And little troughs of feathers on top of their heads look similar to ears. That's fucking scary. 2 feet tall. An owl that's 2 feet tall. That is huge.
That's like gnome size. That's pretty good.
I know. That's
Jeez.
fucking crazy, dude.
Well, I haven't seen like that many full grown owls.
Me neither. I've seen like
could
one or two in my life, maybe.
Yeah, maybe they could be that big. I don't know what the average owl is.
I think owls are pretty dope.
I
could
could see them getting up to like 2 feet, maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet.
They're nocturnal,
That's
so
average.
it would make sense they would attack at night. The little green men floated away when they were shot at, which sounds like an owl flying. Well, some have tried to combat the claims of the encounter with paranormal beings by claiming those involved were likely a little sauced, a little drunk, a little bit of the moonshine.
Yeah, the tallest female owl can stand usually just above 2 feet.
That's fucking
That's average.
scary.
That's average.
Fucking huge creatures, man. Owls are kind of dope.
This isn't a bad height at all, especially for a bird of prey. Yeah.
So obviously, yeah, they did claim that they were likely drunk.
They're
The
probably
thing
drunk. Yeah.
I feel like mushrooms would make you think you see an owl and that's an alien. Like drunk, like
Moonshine's different.
I know. Can't you hallucinate if you take enough moonshine?
Of course you can. You can hallucinate off any substance.
Well,
if you
I
take
found
enough.
that out if you are not moonshine, but if you listen to our if you join our Patreon page and you listen to the upcoming episode that's coming in I think this month, I talk about my experience with taking too much edibles, and I literally thought I was gonna fucking die.
Yeah, there's no other need to
I
elaborate.
know, yeah, but it was fucked. Like, don't take too much edibles. Fucking shout out the Patreon. So there's no evidence to actually support the theory that they're actually drunk. But when police did investigate, the report concluded alcohol wasn't involved. The police said that alcohol was not involved, and despite a rumor they made moonshine, the police didn't find that either. They went up to the bathroom and was like, "You motherfucker cook moonshine?" Yeah, I guess you don't cook moonshine, but don't they make it in the bathtub? Yeah, you make moonshine in a bathtub, right?
I guess you can. You just need a surface. Like, hey, if you're poor and that's all you have, yeah.
Do you know how to make moonshine?
It's not step by step, no.
Rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, pretty damn well nowadays, yeah,
Yeah.
but before that, no.
So for that for that Joan Smithy chick that like is all about the UFOs and vice president of the Little Green Men Festival, she said like the idea of alcohol being involved is ludicrous. We all laugh at that because Langford didn't allow alcohol or even cursing on her property. They were very quiet and a trustworthy family. So she literally said like everyone knew these people, they were trustworthy. So fucking weird. So late in the evening of August 21st,
How late?
after the police, the local media
like
had gone,
midnight-ish.
yeah, the family tried to settle in for the night.
Can I say something quick?
Yeah.
I just Googled
Okay.
it quick. Place your mash pot on a heat source and pour for 5 gallons of water. Turn heat to 165 Fahrenheit. Turn off heat source when you've reached 165 Fahrenheit. Immediately stir in 8 pounds of flaked corn maze. Stir
fuck.
mixture continuously for 7 minutes. Check temperature and stir mixture for every 30 seconds, every 5 minutes until the temperature cools to 152. When the mixture is cooled to 152, and stir in 1.5 pounds of crushed malt barley. Check temperature, stir for 30 seconds, 20 minutes till the mixture is cooled to 70 degrees. When the mixture is cooled to 70 degrees, add yeast. Alternate the mixture by dumping it back and forth between 2 separate containers for 5 minutes. Pour the mixture into your fermentation bucket. We carry complete kits for all these as well as mentioned to produce your own. It is important that you have a bucket cap of air as it makes for easier pouring. That's the entire list to make moonshine.
So there you go. You can learn if you slow that down, you can make moonshine.
That was the whole list. It's 10 fucking steps. Very easy. But I like how specific it was. It went to like the degree of Fahrenheit that it
you
needs
literally
to be.
have inbred motherfuckers making this shit
They
down
went,
in Kentucky.
they went so fucking like precise with that shit. That's fucking dope.
So yeah, everyone settled in. And they were trying to. Everyone's gone. Police are gone. Fucking media's gone. So but they weren't able to rest. They were just like, no one believes us. And around 3 a.m., the creatures allegedly returned. They began running across the roof.
Just to scare you.
And
it's
scratching
Santa!
at the house. They were scratching at the house.
It's fucking. They're tripping out. There's a bunch of raccoons on the goddamn house. That's why they thought they were fucking. They thought they were invincible to the bullets. They were a lot smaller than they could tell, and they were shooting above their fucking heads.
The neighbors claimed that instead of fighting off aliens for the second time in one night, the family decided to pack up and head out for Evansville, Indiana.
Yeah, they're like, we're done.
Why
Goodbye.
is everywhere down south named with Ville at the end? Fuck my daughterville, fucking, Betty Hill, Billville.
Those were two very excellent examples you had there. Nice.
Well, Hopkinsville, and they're going like, okay, where's the closest place? And
Where's the closest Ville?
That has the Ville at the end. And they're like, let's get to Hopkinsville and let's go to Evansville, okay?
Does Ville mean it was the beginning of a village? Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
Maybe if like Paris got bigger, because it was a village at one point, if it turned into a
Very
city,
long
it would be
ago.
called
St. George is still a village.
It would be called Parisville.
Yeah.
Maybe if it got bigger. I don't know. I don't know where Ville.
I remember like getting drunk with a buddy in a little small town, not far where we're from, called St. George. And he's like, yeah, it's classified a village because of how many people are in it. And there's it's like one strip. It's just like one straight road.
Yeah, but I don't think
George.
it's that small. I think a village is 500 people, isn't it?
No, it's more than that. So the families were definitely afraid of something, but whether it was aliens, gremlins is another claim. And we did talk about gremlins in our goblins episode.
We did mention this.
Gremlins are fucked. Or owls.
Villages may be formed upon request by 30% of electors in a community. Apparently, you elect.
What?
It needs.
We need to elect someone to decide.
Oh, they may apply
village.
for this town status when the population reaches 1,000 people. What's smaller than a village?
A fucking hub? I don't know. Like, what the
I thought a village was as small as it
I
gets.
know.
Once you get to 1,000, you can apply to be a village.
You don't even count as anything.
Why do you got to apply?
What the
Is
fuck?
there like tax breaks to being a village?
Probably. I could imagine so.
No, because they're always way more expensive now to live in. I don't understand why you have to apply.
Yeah, I know.
And it's not just that's how many people live here. That's what you are. That's weird.
That is extreme. I think that's fucking.
I don't know.
One of the most.
I didn't look into it. I just did a quick Google there.
One of the most consistent details of Kelly-Hopkinsville's event is the idea of the eerie glow. Billy Ray Taylor, saw a rainbow light following the spaceship. And after the shootout, the family claimed they saw an emerging glowing, illuminating from the woods. Not to mention the glowing figures and their glowing eyes. Some skeptics believe the family was actually seeing foxfire, a bioluminescent fungus on decaying wood, which is kind of cool. If you were tripping on fucking mushrooms and you were in a forest and just like going camping and you saw this, it would make your trip so much fucking crazier.
Yeah, like not like it's going to be bad enough as it is. Let's add all that shit.
Billy, we have to do mushrooms together one
Not
day.
doing it, carry on the story.
No, one day.
Not.
With me?
No.
What about a gram?
No.
A gram?
No.
It would do nothing. It would just make you laugh.
No.
All right, one day.
No.
I will convince Billy. Can we start
No.
a petition on the page? Should Billy do mushrooms with Tomcat? I'm going to start this poll, and I think that everyone's going to agree.
Everyone needs to know my story before.
You've had one trip. Please,
and
man.
that trip was absolutely fucking terrifying.
Yeah, and I had a horrible trip on fucking edibles, and I will still do edibles. You just have to know your amount.
I don't think you understand how bad my trip was.
I will convince you. Come on.
No.
What if me and Alex do like a gram each, and we're like having the time of our life, and it's like, come on.
Cool. I'll have some shots, and I'll be right there with you guys.
Not to mention, all these glowing. So they think it's foxfire. The color of foxfire tends to be bright green, which looks unworldly. Even if you know that you're looking at it, I would love to see Foxfire. And what's that other thing? Oh, I know what I want to try. Wormwood. Wormwood's like a really high
That
alcohol.
sounds disgusting.
It's like a really, I think it's alcohol.
disgusting.
And it can make you hallucinate. It's
anything can make you hallucinate if you take enough of it. It's like eating the worms in the Mexican
what's that
tequilas.
stuff in Eurotrip?
Which one?
Eurotrip, the only Eurotrip movie. And they
No,
see
I mean which stuff.
They see the flying green entity, little bug.
I have no idea. I do not remember that part of that movie at all.
Absinthe.
Absinthe.
And that.
Well, it's because
that's made from
like
wormwood.
moonshine,
That's made from wormwood, and wormwood's like can fuck you up. Yeah, I would love to try one day. I would try.
Like you don't get fucked up enough off regular liquor.
And I know, I agree. But that's what I was a buddy at work, Bill, the old chill dude. He's talking about how if acid wasn't so heightened sometimes, like if it couldn't fuck you up as much as it does, he's like, it'd be my drug of choice. Like, and I've never tried acid. All my cousins and like a lot of people I know, I would try acid once. I told Chelsea this. I was like, once before we have a kid, I want to try acid. You can be my trip sitter. I'll start very small, and then you just watch and make sure I don't kill myself. I gotta try one thing, like, you know what I mean? Other than crack and meth, I don't really need to try that.
Yeah, those are not even once drugs.
Yeah, I know.
Well, crack's pretty. If you did coke, it's pretty much.
I know. We already know how I found Billy in Vancouver. He was fucking.
Shut the fuck up.
Some skeptics. Oh, and heroin. No heroin.
Yeah, no, that's not even once either. Yeah.
Project Bluebeam, spearheaded by the United States Air Force from 1952 to 1969. We might dive into Project Blue Book if I feel like we can.
That's a good fucking 17-year stretch.
It's an interesting. People think, well, no, that's Project Bluebeam. That's a whole different story. But they sought to research claims that want to identify a flying object, and it was a third project of its kind.
What is happening right now? You just said this is Project Bluebeam.
No,
you just went off, and then you're like, oh, no, that story's for Project Bluebeam. That's a totally different thing.
Project Bluebeam is what they think people are seeing right now, where there's been video footage released.
Okay, so what's this one?
Project Blue Book was they were trying to identify.
Blue Book, that's what you meant.
There's a show I think on Amazon, and I want to watch it. And it's based on this. See if I can get Chelsea on board to watch it with me, because we've been watching The Handmaid's Tale, and I told you that last time. Handmaid's Tale is fucked, man. It literally seems like what could happen if we were stupid enough to let the government control us, and to say how some women didn't become fertile. It's an extremely fucked up show, and it was filmed around the area where me and Billy both live. So check out Handmaid's Tale. It's fucked up. It's on Crave and stuff.
Cool.
So Project Bluebeam was supposedly it was just chemtrails and HARP technology to create images in the sky. Project Blue Book is just meant to look up UFOs and stuff like that.
Okay.
And we'll get into.
So which one's this one?
This is Project Blue Book. So they're just trying to identify like UFOs and stuff like that. And it was the third project of its kind, following Project Sign and my favorite, Project Grudge. Project Grudge. We got to grudge those goddamn aliens. I don't know why they call it Project Grudge.
It must have been Buddy's last name that was spearheading
when we talked about
that's a really weird name.
I know when we talked about Project the Philadelphia experiment, stuff like that, they were doing stuff like Project Rainbow and all these weird gay names. And can I say that anymore?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm allowed to say anymore.
I know it's funny. We said like a year ago. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
I don't know.
According to
I'm just waiting till I'm getting canceled at this point.
We're not gonna get canceled. If we get canceled, I'm gonna live in a bunker and I'm gonna broadcast it over radio frequencies.
That's the best thing, and I'm sorry. And if you've listened this far, I'm sure you're on board with us. And this is what I love about Tom McDonald too. Nothing we ever say in history, as it stands right now, will cancel us.
No.
Nothing can cancel us. We don't have sponsors.
No.
We're independent.
Yeah, that's true. We are
you
totally
can't
independent.
cancel us.
No.
Like, keep trying. Do what you want. We'd love
cancel our Facebook
Actually,
page.
you know what?
You can't break our spirit.
Honestly, try to cancel us. If you're listening to us right now, I would
don't say that.
Listen, publicity is publicity. Yeah. You know how many, like, anyone who's listening right now is probably on board with us, and they know we're kidding half the time, but you want to try to cancel us, go for it. Go start a movement. Let's see how many more followers we get. Let's fucking go for it.
One guy that was like, Tom's anti-vax.
Yeah, that motherfucker that keeps reporting our shit because he's a low-life piece of fucking garbage.
According to researchers, the U.S. military never found evidence of UFOs fucking quotations, because they definitely did and have, they keep shit under wraps, or extraterrestrial life. At least that's what they said. And Project Blue Book didn't officially investigate this case because they thought the whole thing was a hoax. They recorded sightings with the notes CP for...
CP?
Yeah.
Cunt power.
Crackpot.
Ah, that's what, you're referencing earlier. I thought you were just trying to make me say something funny.
Even though Kelly-Hopkinsville sighting didn't convince the world of extraterrestrials or little gray men with talons, it did inspire a rash of sci-fi stories. Supposedly Critters, fucked up great movie, it was made in 1986. Gremlins is almost like a Gremlins knockoff about a farm family fighting off a bunch of creepy aliens who crash landed while riding a meteorite.
I don't know what. I'm just.
What, like a horse?
I'm picturing buddies on there like, yeehaw! Like, coming in, tipping his cowboy hat off, riding the meteorite. He's got a little lasso on. And comes fucking barreling in.
I think it's on Shudder because I do have Shudder. But I'm pretty sure they just released like a new Critters film. I'm honestly like, I've been slacking on my horror films. Like, I love horror movies and I want to get back to watching them more often. But I haven't seen Critters since I was like fucking 12, 13. I want to rewatch it. Hey, that could be a drunk movie for us when I'm at your place with Alex. And
there you go. Here's you want to know a side fun fact?
Yeah.
There's not one fucking person that cares how old you were when you watched Critters.
That's true. That's true. I just haven't.
I'm sorry, I love you.
I haven't seen it forever, but honestly, that might be a good film for us to like watch while we're fucking drunk because I haven't seen it in years. And I remember it. I remember my fucking babysitter. So I think I was even younger because I remember our babysitter putting it on because it was like on the satellite. And like, oh, you guys would like this. Here's Critters. She's also the babysitter that I said that showed us fucking when we were like 8. We watched the Rocky Horror Picture Show. We watched the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm like 8.
I'm gonna start a meme. I can't stop. I just because you always mention your age so much, exactly when things happened, and I'm just gonna start the dumbest fucking shit. It's gonna be like, did you know when Tom was 14 and 3 months old is the first time he stepped on a skateboard?
Yeah. Well, no, I remember when things like happened, and I just because it's funny,
but nobody cares.
Yeah. Why? Okay, if I'm 20, it doesn't matter. Well, why would my babysitter and why would you have a babysitter at 20? Well, why would a babysitter put on Rocky Horror Picture Show? Why would fucking somebody do that? I'm like, oh, there's titties. There's a transvestite. Like, you know,
maybe she liked you.
No,
maybe she was one of them. I think
she was trying to groom us because she showered with her kids till they were like 8 or 9 or something like that.
That's pretty old.
Yeah,
I guess. But when it comes to your own kids, do what you want, right? Like it's different as long as it. If you honestly,
want to jerk off your own kid, it's okay.
No. If it was completely like innocent and it's just like this is what we've done, like it's you don't want to let go of your babies, right? And they still.
It's true.
The
Kelly-Hopkinsville event also found their way into the X-Files comic book. And the comic book was
X-Files has a comic book?
I guess so. I never knew about it, but the issue subtitle was called Crop Duster.
I like that. That's my kind of book.
Despite what people in charge of the Little Green Men Festival say, many in Hopkinsville did not believe that the story when they first were told it. Like, not a lot of people believed it. And the details change depending on the person's like recounting of them.
Okay. So it was made up is what you're saying.
The newspaper story at this time said it was inconsistent. But you have you have people like that.
Yeah, it's a telephone game for sure. With anything.
Yeah, I don't know if I should say this, but I'm kind of like that guy Tucker Carlson. I hate Fox News, but that guy Tucker Carlson says some fucking real shit, man.
He does. But he's also a complete piece of shit that doesn't actually fact check anything.
But they said this.
Tucker Carlson is you 10 years ago.
Yeah, I guess
that is exactly who that would be if you gave him a news broadcast network with buddy that read anything that was anti-government and just believed it wholeheartedly.
And we're almost to the end of this story, but it's the fact that like Joe Rogan has said this too. It's just like Alex Jones may be crazy, may shout about shit, but the thing is, Joe Rogan's like, he's been right about like 60 to 70% of the shit he says. And now it's like, it's literally coming out where like all these people are like, I used to think he was crazy, and now maybe he's right. Because he's been saying so much shit that is like so on point. It's kind of blows my mind.
I just can't get over his. I don't.
We're gonna stop the globalists.
Yeah,
goes all crazy.
That yeah.
And he's fighting. He's gonna give himself a heart attack. But I remember when I worked at Swish LA. If you remember this, probably when I was going nuts. Is even on a smoke break, I used to have the app where you could literally have an Alex Jones app. I don't think it exists anymore. And you could listen to the show. And I would just pause it every time I went in. Every time I had a smoke break, I would just listen to this. and everyone thought I was probably fucking nuts. But
everyone thought it did. Not probably. You definitely were fucking nuts.
So skeptics cling to the discrepancies of this case, claiming that they prove the family maybe the family was imagining it. If you imagine things when you're inbred, start hallucinating.
God damn it. We got to stop ripping on these guys. Like, I feel bad, but you make it so easy.
Just like Quebec, man. You guys are the lowest scum on the earth.
You make it so easy.
Over the course of the local news cycle, the description of the creature and the attacks on the farm changed drastically. They were initially described as little over 2 feet tall with thin legs and gray coloring. But then things changed.
Those are owls.
It does sound like owls. But things changed. The beings went from gray to green in one newspaper article. And they're also given a greenish silver glow in later versions of the story.
It's whatever kind of catches people's attention, right? And you got to make the story. And like, this could have been like a weird ass thing. Like, this whole story sounds absolutely ridiculous, but it could have came from somebody genuinely seeing something fucked up.
I know.
And that was all it was. And then everything past then was telephone game like that, but that could be true. Like, it's fucked up to try to even like decipher what kind of is true anymore. In
one article, the creatures were described as being 4 foot tall with bulbous heads.
Double fucking height there.
Yeah, I know.
Nailed it.
While in other, they had pointed ears and claws for hands. Almost like, that's why I said it's almost like the fucking Flatwoods Monster. It's weird.
It's just annoying hearing different versions. I know. It's like, so what?
It was hard to tell if the reporters were embellishing to the creatures and making the story more interesting, or if the various family members just saw different features or imagined different things. And that's how we'll end it. I actually loved this case. It was probably the most interesting and weird UFO case I think we've discussed. And this is why I said,
could you imagine having a gun battle with aliens?
No, aliens, man.
That's fucking cool,
pew,
man.
Pew, pew.
That is super cool.
I always love that thing. Gary, put away your gay pistol. Pew, pew. That shit you said, because I've never even seen that. I've never even seen that Family Guy or whatever. Like, Kevin crying.
When did I say that one?
A long time
did
ago.
I?
Gary, put away your gay pistol. Pew, pew. That's so funny.
I don't even remember that. That's not a Family Guy, is it?
I don't know. You told me something, or South Park or something.
I guess it's time for...
I guess we should record this.
Billy's Fun Fact of the Day!
All right, I'm ready for this.
It's turning into like not even my fun fact anymore. Like, I'm just straight up going off of everything fans are sending me at this point. Because like, I want to keep you guys involved. Even if it's not interesting, fuck it. You went out of your way to text me. I'm going to fucking say it.
How many texts have you got in the last like 3 weeks?
I've gotten quite a few. I keep having to say who's this.
Billy put his number on air just so people understand that.
I've gotten quite a bit. It's to the point that like when I'm getting numbers, and like I also have a very professional job now, guys, just so you're clear. So if you did catch that episode, please involve your name and say you heard it on the podcast. Because I'm getting numbers and I'm terrified to say who dis or anything.
Have you got a dick pic yet?
No, no one sent me a dick pic.
Damn it, man. Someone sent me a dick pic.
Don't fucking send me a dick
pic. Titty
pic.
pics are fine too, though.
All right, sent in by... Oh, shit. Sorry, I didn't get your name, buddy. Hold up. Where's your name?
Ray Donovan. That's the fastest man alive.
It's not Ray Donovan. Sorry, I screenshotted what you sent me, but I didn't look at your name. I forget. This is the first time you talked to me.
Well, you suck.
Oh, it's Ryan. Mr. Ryan, thank you very much for sending me this. Did you know that many feet's bones don't harden until you're an adult?
Foot bones?
Feet bones.
Foot bones.
Feet bones.
Foot bones.
No, because it's both.
Foot.
Damn! No, it's both, so it's feet. So yeah, they don't. So feet are enormously. I've had a few beers. It's hard to pronounce words.
Billy only drinks beer. He's afraid of liquor.
I am terrified. Feet are very complex parts of the body. Each foot contains 26 bones, as well as 33 joints and 19 muscles, which work together in a huge range of motion and movements.
Yep.
But many of these bones remain cartilage throughout your entire childhood.
Ew, really?
It isn't until you're roughly about 21 years old that they actually harden.
What?
Yeah. So
yeah, you said like that's a pretty fucked up.
That's kind of
fact.
cool, eh?
Because what the thing
No,
is,
no, no,
why we started this fucking fun fact shit with Billy saying he sleeps with his fucking eyes open, and
just
the small things you learn.
Isn't that kind of cool?
I actually found that
yeah.
one. That was probably the most interesting.
It's kind of cool. Shout out to Ryan. Fuck yeah for getting that.
I wish I clapped. Boo.
And I'll always shout you out. You want your name on air. If you don't, just tell me you don't, and then I'll say I just came up with it, I guess, or I'll say an anonymous tip came in, like a cop case, like a cold case file. I'll be like, we got an anonymous tip.
That's pretty fucked up.
He'd be at this location.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so
All
until
right.
21, like it, which is amazing because you see like very young people skateboarding and shit, and they bail and they land on their feet. Like,
I want to have a vote. Maybe I'll start a poll. Should we make Billy do say the fun fact of the day every episode, or should we get him to record it?
I'm fucking recording it. I'm sick of doing it.
I don't want to even put it into the episode.
I don't give a what. We will record the best one, and you can just use that every time because I'm so sick. Every single time you've heard it, that's been me live doing it.
Yes.
Which is annoying
every
as
time.
fuck.
So everyone follow the pages. You know where to go. www.strangebrewpodcast.com. We're follow our fucking TikTok. We have almost 10,000 fucking followers on TikTok.
Fuck yeah, get there.
I post a lot of hip hop shit that's kind of surrounds the basis of our podcast. But I post weird conspiracy stuff. We have a lot of clips from our episodes. But we're reaching out. And follow the podcast page follow the Instagram page, Strange Brew Canada, because most people probably
okay. So before we shout out every single platform we're on,
Strange Brew Hoseheads
right now, Strange Brew Hoseheads on Facebook. Let's get that back to where we were.
Yes.
And then we'll work on the rest. We are on every
over
platform.
500 fucking people following us.
It was it was about 6, but again, that was slowly worked up, right?
Yes.
And then that was over 2 years we had that, and we got to 6, and then it just got ripped away.
Yeah.
So that does fucking sting a little bit, but
yep. And the more you guys contribute to that, post your funny fucking memes, post weird, interesting stories, anything that's strange.
What's the worst that can happen? We're gonna get canceled again. Fuck it.
Might as well
Anyways,
make a new one. All
love
right.
you. Thank you.
Guys.
Take care.
Oh, shit! Gonna slide right through like Mario Lemieux. Give you the 1-2 till you're black and blue. I'm gonna grab that noose hanging around your neck. Leave you for dead cause you're irrelevant. Nah, fuck that. You know I'm only kidding. It's always a good time when you hang out with Billy until he drinks too much wine and starts talking about his willy. Like, oh my god, it's just so big. You can see that shit from outer space. It's like an asteroid just hit her face. I swear to God, officer, I would never hurt her. She got the black eye when she under my zipper. Right at time and it's way too late. Walking home, I can't feel my face. Always stoned and it feels so great. Right at time and it's way too late. Walking home, I can't feel my face. Always stoned and it feels so great. Tap your toes and bang your head. You act flows, no one knows that slang you said. You act slow, I expose your brain and fed. Into the black crows, I'll close the door when you're laying dead. I'll go get a rope, go hang instead. Hang your head, slit throat, blood choke, aiming lead, brain dead. And you stay safe in your homestead, and I stay stoned instead, and always will. You're stalling still, and this is all a shrill. I hope you all got killed when you spoke. I wouldn't call it skill. Now they don't do coke, they swallow pills. Slippery slope after the bottle spills. I have a different approach, supermodels will sniff coke, and now never swallow meals, get choked, all for a deal. Get real. Running time and it's way too late. Walking home, I can't feel my face. Always stoned and it feels so great. Running time and it's way too late. Walking home, I can't feel my face. Always stoned and it feels so great. Your death would be a great victory. Well, let's see the hate that exists in me. You all persistently live these fictional beliefs until your life is a living deceased. And I'm skilled with a knife, working in kitchens, sizzling beef on the grill. Nights cooking for the drunk skin that eats. Isn't a relief to get off, not literally, but when you hit the slip, sitting in the mystical fog. And if I'm not God, then who is? The laws have you bent over in submission, clueless. Ain't that cute, bitch? And I know you're fucking stupid, and I know a 5th grader that's smarter than you is. By this age, you should know you're not smart, dude. And I'm not gonna argue. Right at time, and it's way too late. Walking home, I can't feel my face. Always stoned, and it feels so great. Right in time and it's way too late. Walking home, I can't feel my face. Always stoned and it feels so great.
The reason that the girls liked me was they like my music. They said, we take you down here to Beverly Hills and we want to get you in because you're a star. I said, I'm a what? They said, you're a star. And I went and I got on the surfboard and I rode around and I looked and I said, gee, wait a chingasos, this is more trouble than what I just got out of.